Welcome back to The Saving Secret. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a brokerage account, specifically with Fidelity. If you look at the news, specifically around the market or the stock market, there is so much different noise about GameStop or AMC, mutual funds, index funds, going up, going down. Are we going to have a financial crisis? A lot of different news, a lot of different information. And so today I'm going to keep it very simple, very high level, and talk about if you don't have a brokerage account, maybe why now is a good time to open it up, and specifically talk about why I choose to use Fidelity and how easy it is to use the platform. You're not going to want to miss it. So a brokerage account is simply an account that helps you be able to get access to stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. It's very easy to use, and there are a lot of different options out there. Robert Kiyosaki, in his famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, talks about how the rich find ways to buy assets. A brokerage account is a wonderful way to buy assets. Today, I'm going to talk about why I chose Fidelity and maybe why it's an account that you might consider. So Fidelity Investments Reviews. So one of the great things about Fidelity is it's called the best broker for beginning investors and the best app for investing. That's a pretty bold claim just in itself. You look at that, there's no fees, there's no account minimums. Yep, there is no promotion to get started, but we'll show you some of the pros and cons over here. So some of the pros specifically are commission free. They have a large section where you can do research. They have great customer service, and they have great index fund fees that are some of the best. And they have a great mobile app. And I will show you the mobile app a little bit later. So if you go down here into the review, they talk a lot about who they are. They're best for retirement investors. One thing I would also say is those who are trying to be part of the FIRE community, financially independent, retire early, or you just want to be financially independent. This is a great platform. So for those who are interested in active traders, this is a great platform. I am not an active trader, so there's a lot of information out there if you want to become an active trader, but that's not something that I do. It's got great research, low fees. It's just a really great platform. Also talks about minimums, don't really need it. They go through a lot of different things, a trading platform, their mobile app, research and data. Where does Fidelity shine? Specifically in commissions, one of the leaders in that, mutual funds, which again, part of a mutual fund is the index fund sector. They do a great job with that. Research, that's really why I'm a big part of Fidelity, is their mutual funds and the relation to commissions. They have a lot of great research. I'll show you how easy it is to do on the app. Very, very simple to do that. So they have a lot of different offerings. From that, they also have great customer service and educational support. So I think that's cool. One thing also, they have a cash management account. So if you're interested in that, I actually use their cash management account as my main bank account. So I've done a whole other different review on that. So if you're interested, you're welcome to check that video out. But of course, like every platform, there are a couple of things that fall short. For me, these aren't really hurdles, but there's something to be aware of. So I love this quote is, there isn't much that we don't like about Fidelity. I think that's a great synopsis from what I found. But if you're interested in futures or Forex trading options, they are a little bit limited compared to some of their other counterparts. And if you do need a broker assisted trade, it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm going to show you in their app why you will not need a broker assisted trade. It's actually really simple to use it on their mobile platform as well as online. So let's go ahead and take a peek at their mobile app. All right, so once you're in the app, if you already have another account with them, it's actually pretty easy to get started. So what you're going to want to do is you can come down, scroll to the bottom, and it talks about open an account. So you can click open an account. You can open up a brokerage account. Pretty simple. Once you have your brokerage account open, you're going to need to fund the account. I'll show you how to do that. You can do it in two pretty easy ways. You can transfer from an existing bank, or you can deposit a check. So those are two easy ways to fund your account. So once you have money in your account, you may be saying to yourself, well, I want to get started. How do I look at index funds? And so that's where I put my money with Fidelity. Is I look into mutual funds. And if you've done any amount of research, I'm going to talk about one of Fidelity's most popular index funds, and that's Fidelity's 500 Index Fund, or FXAIX. So let's go ahead and click on that, and I'll show you how easy it is to navigate it on the Fidelity app. So Morningstar is actually a third party that evaluates different stocks, mutual funds, and gives a rating. So when you go to this, it'll show you the category. It's a large blend. What is the risk that it has? It's an overall rating, where their returns are at, and what their expense ratio is. So that's a third-party recommendation, and it's very well respected on Morningstar. It's really good. So if you want to know what's the performance, how does this particular mutual fund perform? So you can go down the performance here, and you can look year to date. This is what it's done over the last year, 3 years, over the life of the fund. So this fund has been around since 1988. So for an average of every year, it performs about 10%. Now, granted, last year was an unbelievable year where it did 31%. And so when you hear people talk about how did the market perform, the market performed about 31%. That's what the S&P 500 did. And so here is some more details about it. So if you go into the details, it'll show you, it gives Morningstar's representation, what the turnover rate is. That means how often is the fund actually changing, what stocks are coming in, going out. Here's how big it is. It's, just a fund of $292 billion. So it's a pretty large fund. If you look at their expense ratios, 0.15. So every $1,000 you are putting into this, you have a fee of about 15 cents, which is one of the best in the industry. So you don't need to worry about buying and selling stocks. It happens within the mutual fund and this particular index fund itself. So just a great one. What actually does this fund look like? Well, the top 10 holdings make up 27% of it, and all companies you've probably heard of: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, the list goes on and on. Got some Tesla in there, which is really good. So these top 10 make up 27% of all of the 508 holdings that are there. So that's a good one. Your equity, you can figure out where does it fall. These are large companies. Obviously, it's the 500, and also it's blend, so kind of in there between growth and value. It's kind of in that middle. When you look at distributions, where do they get dividends? With this particular fund, you get dividends reinvested, and they have quarterly dividends. They pay out in April, July, October, and December. And here's the historical performance on that. And then notebook. These are different things that you want to see, different things you want to write notes on, and some of the details here about the particular index fund right there. So that's it. And if you said, oh, this looks really good, I want to get some of the Fidelity 500 index in my portfolio, I want to buy this asset, how do I do it? It's super easy. You just click this trade button. It'll show you your different accounts. This is mine. I call it the FI brokerage because I'm working towards financial independence. And my strategy is typically to buy and hold. So you say, hey, I want to buy it. This is the fund that you want. It's called the Fidelity 500 Index. You put your amount of money in there that you want to spend. Right now, I don't have any money in there, so it's not really able to fund that at this time. So that's quickly how easy it is to use the Fidelity app to buy funds using the brokerage account. I hope you found this information helpful. Feel free to check out some of my other videos that I help you be more intentional with your money. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comment section below. I will respond. Feel free to check out some of these other videos that can help you become more intentional with your money. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.